Hey everyone, we've got a lot to talk about today. Is a powerful storm system that's gearing up to sweep across a large portion of the United States as we head into this weekend and next week. This one's going to be a big deal. It's not just your typical round of storms. Like, we're looking at the potential for widespread severe weather that could impact millions of people. We're talking damaging winds, large hail, and yes, even the risk of strong, possibly long-track tornadoes. But that's not all. We're also about to see a major warm-up spread across a huge chunk of the country. In fact, some places could be looking at their warmest temperatures of the year so far. So today, I want to give you a full breakdown of what's happening now, what's expected over the next 7 days, and what kind of long-range patterns we might be heading into as we go into early May. There's a lot of moving parts in the atmosphere right now, so let's dig in. To start, let's talk about what's already been happening. Over the last 48 hours, we've had multiple severe weather outbreaks stretch all the way from Nebraska down through Texas. Some of these storms have been intense. We're talking wind damage, power outages, and some absolutely massive hail, up to 4 inches in diameter in a few spots, like just outside of Lubbock and Amarillo. That's baseball to softball sized hail. And what's interesting is that all of this has been driven by smaller mesoscale features, not your typical large scale low pressure systems. That's really been the theme of the last couple of weeks. We haven't seen a lot of those big classic severe weather setups yet. Instead, we've been dealing with these sneaky pop-up systems, dry line driven, disorganized, but still capable of producing pretty nasty storms. And that's exactly what's continuing today. So let's talk about what's happening now. For the rest of today, we've got another slight risk of severe weather stretching from Colorado back into Texas. We're still dealing with that active dry line, and it's going to continue to act as a focus for storm development this afternoon and evening. If you do see any tornadoes today, the highest risk will be across the Texas Panhandle, the Oklahoma Panhandle, and southwestern Kansas. As always, we're watching things very closely. They're not planning to go live today unless things start to escalate. So be sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon just in case. If anything pops off and we need to cover it live, you'll get notified right away. Because we're looking ahead to Friday, things calm down a bit. We've only got a marginal risk in place, mainly across parts of Oklahoma and Texas. Still, we could see a few storms with damaging winds and large hail, but it doesn't look like a widespread threat. Then as we go into Saturday, we're still in this marginal zone. Another cluster of storms may try to form, especially across parts of New Mexico and Texas. It won't be a blockbuster day by any means, but with this pattern, even a marginal risk day can surprise you. Now, Sunday's where things start to get more uncertain and honestly more interesting. There's a developing low pressure system that's going to begin lifting over the Rockies, and depending on how fast it moves and how much instability we can build, we could see the cap break. And if that happens, we might get a round of severe storms across the Central Plains. Right now, the biggest question mark is just how unstable the atmosphere will be. We'll be watching that one closely, but it's definitely a day to keep on your radar. Now let's talk about Monday. Because Monday, in my opinion, is shaping up to be the biggest severe weather day of the next 7. Right now, we're seeing a lot of model disagreement in terms of the exact placement and timing of storms. But one thing that's consistent is the ingredients. We're going to have strong upper level winds, deep moisture coming up from the Gulf, a lifting warm front, and a strong surface low ejecting out of the Rockies. That's a recipe for a severe weather outbreak. The Storm Prediction Center has already issued an enhanced risk covering most of Iowa, southern Minnesota, western Wisconsin, parts of Missouri, and areas just outside of Kansas City. This is the kind of setup that could support a wide range of threats, damaging winds, large hail, and multiple tornadoes, possibly even strong ones. If you live in or near this region, I can't stress this enough. Pay very close attention to the forecast as we get closer. We are almost certainly going to be live streaming Monday's storms, so make sure you're subscribed and ready to tune in. Tuesday keeps the ball rolling as this system moves east. The severe threat stretches from Texas all the way through Ohio. Again, we're looking at damaging winds, hail, and maybe some tornadoes. It's too early to say where the highest tornado risk will be, but areas from northern Texas into parts of Illinois and Arkansas should keep a close eye out. Now, beyond Tuesday, things start getting a bit more unpredictable. Wednesday and Thursday could still stay active in the southern plains if another low forms, which the EIF model is hinting at. This could bring yet another round of scattered severe storms to areas along the Gulf Coast and southern plains. But here's where it gets a little more optimistic. By the time we head into Friday and next weekend, things might finally start to quiet down. It looks like a ridge could build in over the central U.S., pushing the jet stream far to the north and basically shutting down organized severe weather for a bit. That's what we call a death ridge. And while it's bad news for storm chasers, it could be great news for folks just hoping for a break from all the stormy weather. Let's take a step back now and look at the broader jet stream pattern. Right now, it's mostly zonal, meaning west to east, and that's helped keep things a little more calm and disorganized. But going into this weekend, we're shifting to more of a meridional flow, which is when the jet stream starts to dip and curve more dramatically. That's what allows those big low pressure systems to dive in from the west and eject across the plains. And that's exactly what we're expecting Saturday into Monday. Once this true moves through the Rockies and into the plains, it's game on for severe weather. Strong southwesterly winds aloft, deep Gulf moisture, and good surface instability should all come together right around Monday afternoon and evening. And after that system clears out, we'll be watching for a possible second system midweek. But as I mentioned earlier, by the end of next week into early May, things look like they'll stabilize quite a bit, maybe even warm up significantly. Speaking of warming up, let's talk temperatures. If you're hoping for cooler or even winter-like weather, I've got bad news. It's going to be tough to find any of that. Over the next 2 weeks, we're expecting a big stretch of above average temps. That's coast to coast. From the Gulf states all the way to the Northeast and even up into the Pacific Northwest. So yeah, it's time to put the jackets away and bust out the shorts. It's going to feel more like summer than spring in a lot of places. And before we wrap up, let's do a quick timing breakdown. For today, we're watching for storms to start firing up in West Texas between about 5 to 7 p.m. These will likely be discrete supercells with the potential for large hail, strong winds, and maybe a tornado or two. And if we get enough rotation or see any tornado warnings in that area, we may decide to go live. So again, keep those notifications on. Around 9 or 10 tonight, most of those storms will weaken and become more of a hail and wind threat before falling apart completely after sunset. Then we reset and do it all again Friday, with some additional storms likely popping in the Texas and Oklahoma panhandles. Saturday brings more scattered activity, and then all eyes are on Sunday and especially Monday for that potential outbreak setup. After that, we'll see if things stay active midweek, but it really does look like we're heading into a quieter, warmer stretch as May begins. All right. That's going to do it for today's forecast. I really appreciate you all sticking with me through this long update. There's just so much happening right now, and I want to make sure you're prepared for everything coming your way. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe down below. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.